Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living Organization to योग वाशिष्ठ इवनिंग सेशन. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ. टुडे वी आर ऑन डे 95. आज हम लोग 95वें सत्र पे पहुंच चुके हैं. एंड व्हाट टुडेस टॉपिक विल बी about the Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvada. There is a dialogue that took place between the Sri Krishna and Arjuna, and we all know that is where we actually got this supreme knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that reference has come here in Yog Vaashishtha. So we'll look into more details of that. At the same time, today Gurudev spoke us on the concept of time, God, and the space and all these things. No, that scientists were asking questions and Gurudev was answering them. It was so good that the things that the topic that we covered actually have so much relevance that we are going to discuss today. So in a while that will open up. Also in addition, that the concept that the scientists were discussing and Gurudev were answering. No, when we actually reviewed the movie like Inception, we reviewed the movie like Interstellar, and last time we reviewed the movie like Matrix. No, those concepts actually came. So it will be a good idea sometime. Probably maybe today is Saturday, so Sunday is our special day. So what we'll do, we'll play that video again and then we'll discuss that thing in detail. No, so that if we all have any questions, we can put it together, do a brainstorm session and get more deeper into it, because Gurudev's each and every word, it takes some time for us to swallow that in totality. Yeah? So we'll do that tomorrow, but for now, today, let's begin our session the way we do it every single day by chanting Om 3 times. Today we also been blessed with Sangeeta ji with us, so we'll also perform the Guru Puja and then we'll continue with our session. So let's continue with our session. All our Zoom participants, all our YouTube viewers and all our Facebook viewers, you are also welcome to this session. Let's begin. Let's all close our eyes. आंखें बंद कर लें. आराम से बैठ जाएं. Sit comfortably. रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी हो. गर्दन सीधी. Shoulders relaxed. Let's bring back our attention to our breath. Breathe in and let go. Take one more deep breath. And let go completely. Let us chant Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Let us invoke the divinity. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम. 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 पुनः पुनः. Let us express our gratitude. Guru Vandana kar le. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Deva Maheshwar, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us pray to the Master. Whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the actions and events happening, whatever the thoughts that hover onto the mind, and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect, the impressions that might be getting created on our memory, and if still there is an iota of that I, me, let all that be inspired by the Master alone. We, the people walking on the path of Mukshatva, if you have already experienced that mukti, moksha, liberation, freedom, let this remaining life, and if we have to come back here to serve, to spread the knowledge, to express our gratitude, once again, let that also be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. Feel the presence of the Master within and outside. And slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. So let's continue this session by singing the glory of the Master. All the knowledge that ceases to exist or that dawns, it is that principle, it is that Guru Tattva, it is that Master. And we are very fortunate to have such a Master in our life. Yesterday we saw how the Rama expresses gratitude. Let us express our gratitude to the Master. Over to you, Sangeeta ji. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Someshwarji, and a warm welcome to all of you for the evening session of Yog Vaashishtha. We will be doing the Guru Puja, but before Guru Puja, we will be doing Nari, Shodhan, Pranayam. So we'll start with that. So let us all sit straight, spine erect, head and shoulders relaxed, eyes closed. Left hand in Chin Mudra on your lap, and with the first two fingers in between your eyebrows, we will be doing alternate nostril breathing. And whenever you complete this round, you may keep your hand on your lap, eyes closed. Let us be in gratitude to sing the glory of the Master. सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मच्छ्रीगुरुपर्यन्ता वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा। अपवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थागतो विवाद यस्मले पुण्डलीकाक्षं सभाख्यासन्तरशुचिः आवाहनं नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौरपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमठासशिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमठास्य पद्मपालन् हस्तामरकण्ठशिष्यम् तन्त्रोतकं वातिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरुं सन्ततमानतोऽसि। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादनायनं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः। यद्वारे निखिलानिलिम्बपरिषत् सिद्धिं विवस्थे निशं श्रीमच्छ्रीलसितं जगद्गुरुपदं नत्वात्मतृप्तिं तका लोकाज्ञानपयोदपातनतुरं श्रीशङ्करं शर्मदं ब्रह्मानन्दसरस्वतीं गुरुवरं ध्यायामि ज्योतिर्मयम्। आवाहनं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आसनं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। स्नानं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। वस्त्रं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। चन्दनं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। अक्षर्तां समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। धूपं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। दीपं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। श्रीफलं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। हाराह्लिक्यम् कर्पूरगौरम् करुणावतारम् संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारम् सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। हारातिक्यं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। पुष्पाञ्जलिं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्त्वदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्ति विश्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणसहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि श्री श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। Slowly and gradually, whenever you feel complete, you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev.
जय गुरुदेव संगीता जी। गुरु पूजा के बाद योग वाशिष्ठ का सेशन बोलने का मन ही नहीं करता एक्चुअली, लेकिन अपना कर्तव्य है, अपने प्रारब्ध कर्म है, उसको तो हमें निभाना है। तो लेट्स कंटिन्यू विद द सेशन। थैंक यू सो मच संगीता जी फॉर दैट ब्लिसफुल वंडरफुल गुरु पूजा, रियली थैंक यू। जय गुरुदेव। तो आज हम लोग डे 95 पे है, 95वें सत्र में हम लोग शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं। यहाँ पे चैप्टर नंबर 68 जो है वो श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवाद कथा यहाँ पे आता है। तो यहाँ पे हमने पहले देखा कि किस तरह से वशिष्ठ मुनि प्रभु रामचंद्र जी को पीटल बाय पीटल ज्ञान की पंखुड़ियां खोल खोल के यहाँ पे ज्ञान प्रदान करते हैं। किस तरह से हमने काकभूषण की कथा सुनी, जो निर्वाण प्रकरण जो चैप्टर नंबर 6 है जो अपना चल रहा है योग वाशिष्ठ में, और इसके बाद में चैप्टर नंबर 7 आएगा। चैप्टर नंबर 6 जो है अपना निर्वाण प्रकरण का उत्तरार्ध है और पूर्वार्ध, ऐसे दो पूर्वार्ध और उत्तरार्ध, इस तरह से 2 अपने चैप्टर है। उसी चैप्टर में अलग अलग छोटे छोटे शब्द चैप्टर है, तो उसमें से 68 नंबर का चैप्टर है, जो 68 नंबर का चैप्टर होता है श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवाद। वहां पे इसका रेफरेंस भी आता है। वी ऑल नो, जब श्री कृष्ण और अर्जुन का संवाद हुआ था तो भगवत गीता हमें उस ज्ञान के रूप में प्राप्त हुई। तो वन ऑफ द वेरी टू फाइन स्क्रिप्चर्स, ना, द वन विच कम्स फ्रॉम द महाभारत, द वन विच कम्स फ्रॉम द Ramayana, we get the knowledge of how Maryada Purushottam Ram became that Maryada Purusham, that is via the Yog Vaashishtha, the knowledge of Yog Vaashishtha. And then the Sri Krishna gives the knowledge to Arjuna in the form of a Bhagavad Gita that comes into Mahabharata. Now these two things, if you see in a chronological order, the Rama has come here almost around 5,000 years earlier, and then Sri Krishna came around 3,200 years earlier, exactly that time frame. So if we see that how the reference of that is coming here, that could be one of the questions. So to look into the details of that, we will understand few more details of what is time, what is how do we calculate time. Our ancient Rishi Munis, they all knew how to calculate this time, and they have given very beautiful way of expressing it. So that is so relevant. So we'll look into details of that also. So here Vaashishtha Muni says that, hey Rama, that पुंडरीकाक्ष माने जिसको नारायण कहते हैं, जिसको हम लोग श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं, विष्णु कहते हैं, उन्हीं का एक नाम है पुंडरीकाक्ष. So he says Rama, that Pundarikaksha Sri Krishna, no, he once upon a time he has given that guidance, that which is very kalyankarak, which is very precious, no, that the knowledge about the asansakti, no, this is like that asakti, this, that desires and that cravings are there, no, getting rid of that asansakti, that yog, that asansakti yog, that knowledge is now coming into picture, so that Ram can get rid of all those other things like asakti and all those desires and cravings, can get rid of that and experience that truth, experience that divinity, experience that Shiva, experience that Brahma Avastha. So this is way that he is telling Rama, now you adopt that asansakti, dropping all the cravings, and then become a jivanukta, become free. So there was this story of this Pandu. Pandu is another name of a king which comes in the Mahabharata. This character Pandu comes in the Mahabharata. So Pandu Putra, Pandu Raja and his Putra, his son, is the Arjuna who will come into the Dwapar Yuga. Now we'll understand what is the Dwapar Yuga, what are the yugas, how the time is calculated. So all these things we'll discuss in detail. In the end of this, this Dwapar Yuga is there. That point of time, this Panduputra Arjuna, he will come, and then how he has spent in his life, by removing the dukkha, removing the sorrow, yes, how he has spent his life in the happiness, in the mudita, ananda, is something worth listening. That is what I will tell you now. So here Rama asks this question, hey Bhagwan, when this Panduputra Arjun, when will it come, when will it happen, and when this Sri Hari will give him the knowledge about this asansakti, when he is going to tell them, like that he asked this question. So this is where we'll understand the concept of what is this Dwapar Yuga, which is referred here, and what is the concept of time here, what are the different yugas, how they are calculated, how they are expressed. Let's understand the details of that today. Even the Gurudev also had a session today on the time, space, and God. So there also this reference come in the end. The concept of that time frame also came today. So let us look at it here. What is this? How is this calculated? So it is said that there are 4 yugas. There are 4 yugas which are said. The first yuga is called as the Satya Yuga. So now the time concept here that comes for this, if you see the number of years that Satya Yuga goes, every yuga diminish by 25%. So the Satya Yuga lasts for around 1.72 million years. So that is it's around Satya Yuga is around 3.89 million years. No? That is the time frame it lasts for. Then the next yuga comes is the Treta Yuga. So there are 4 yugas: the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Right now we are said to be in the Kali Yuga. So in these 4 yugas, this is the sequence of that. Satya Yuga lasts for around 3.89 million years. Then our Treta Yuga lasts for around that lasts for the Satya Yuga lasts for 1.72 million years. When it happened, that time frame is given here. It happened around 38,91,102 BC, before Christ. It is the time span it started that point of. This is the starting point of that, and then it lasts for 1.72 million years. Yuga starts around 21,63,102 BC. Before that, then the Dwapar Yuga started around 8,67,102 BC, and the Kali Yuga started around 4,28,890 years from now. It was before this. So these are all the things that are explained here in the form of when it started, and then how many years it lasts. That Satya Yuga lasts for 1.72 million years. Then the Treta Yuga lasts for 1.29 million years. Dwapar Yuga lasts for 0.8664, means 8,64,000.864 million years, and the Kali Yuga lasts for 4.32 million years. No, so that's a 4.32 million years Kali Yuga. So these are all the things that is been said about this 4 yugas. Now, if you see the cycle, that if you calculate it in the human years, no? So how does that goes? That is, say we know all human years, how it is calculated. 1 human year is equal to 365 days. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. 24 hour is equal to, no, 1 hour is equal to 60 seconds. This thing, how it is calculated? It's calculated based on the, so because of that, the day and night, that is how it is calculated, 24 hours total. So that is the concept of time here from our perspective, from the human life perspective. And if we see it from a perspective of the lifespan of a human on this planet, so it says that in the Kali Yuga we have a lifespan of 100 years. No? Now, if you go to the Dwapar Yuga, they used to have a lifespan of, there are 2 differences of opinion. At some scripture it says every time it added with 10, no, multiplied with 10. So according to that, it will go 100 years in Kali Yuga, so 1000 year in Dwapar Yuga, so 10,000 in Treta Yuga, and 1 lakh in Satya Yuga. So that is the time span of human. But this seems to be a little bit unrealistic. There is another scripture which says that in Kali Yuga we have 100 years, in Dwapar Yuga it was 200 years, in Treta Yuga it was 300 years, and in Satya Yuga it was 400 years. So that way, if you see, that seems to be a little bit logical to us. No? So that could be the case. Probably this age of a man probably is that much. So that is this there. Now, in addition to that, if we see that in all those yugas, the Lord Vishnu has taken some avatars. We know all the Dasha avatars, right? So it has been said in the Satya Yuga, Lord Vishnu has taken the avatar of Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, and Narsimha. All these 4 avatars happen in Satya Yuga. Then in Treta Yuga, Vamana avatar, Parshuram avatar, and Rama avatar happen in Treta Yuga. Then in Dwapar Yuga, the Krishna avatar and the Buddha avatar. And in the Kali Yuga, which is yet to come, there will be an avatar of Kalki. So these are all the 10 avatars of Vishnu have been, they are known as Dashavatara. Now there is different scriptures says different things about this ninth Avatara, that is the Buddha. No, just before this, Buddha. So some of the scripture refers to this as the Buddha is the Avatara of Vishnu. Some of the scriptures refers is that Balarama, no, brother of Krishna, that was also Avatara of Vishnu. And some of the in Maharashtra and Goa, if you refer, it says that Vishnu had taken Avatar of Vithoba. No, the Vitthal is what we say, Mittal and Rakumai. And if you go to Odisha, there is a Puri Jagannatha. They said that Jagannatha is an Avatara of Vishnu. So that is the some of the things that refers to the ninth Avatara as differently. So from our Yog Vaashishtha perspective, if you see, looking at this data, anyway, it's all Vishnu, anyway, it's all Shiva, anyway, it's all Brahma, all everybody is the different themes of the same consciousness. So that is how we look at this data. So that is the reason we say that when the Rama has actually come into Treta Yuga, no, the Treta Yuga, and then after that the Krishna came in the Dwapar Yuga. So chronologically it is opposite. So here it is, how come in the Yoga Vaashishtha, which has happened at the time of Rama, why we are discussing this Dwapar, how come this Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvada that can come into picture, could be one of the questions that can come into our mind. So we'll address that. So now let us understand these things that little bit more. So it is said that there are 71 Yuga cycles. No, we have seen these Yuga cycles, no, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. The cycle of that, there are 71 such cycles. If you combine together, that becomes the age of your Manu. No, then like this, if you put together 1000 Yuga cycles, that is known as one Kalpa. No, so there are two such Kalpas. No, the day and night. That's the reason two such Kalpas. If you combine, that becomes that 1000 Yuga cycle becomes the day of a Kalpa. So if you add night, that will become 2000. No, for that one complete full day, what you refer as 24 hours. Then the entire age of Brahma is called as one day of a Vishnu. And then their entire age of Vishnu is called as one day of a Shiva. So these are all some of the things that comes, detailed reference of this comes into Manusmriti, Bhagavad Purana, Mahabharata, that each Yuga length is decreased by 1/4, 25%. The giving proportion is like 4, 3, 2, 1. No? So that is what this knowledge tells us about all these things. So here Vaashishtha Muni, when Rama asked this question, that is where Vaashishtha Muni says that Rama, this Jagat Rahati, means this universe, whatever is going on, this has some of the appointed symbolic energies, but we say they take care of their own given Prapta Karma. So for example, Brahma Devi is there. So that is also one of the Lokpal. Brahma Devi is there, who has a creation responsibility. For Vishnu Devi is there. He has a Palan Karta, no, to maintain the world. We have Rudra. He has a responsibility of destruction and also transformation. So both. So all these different have different responsibilities given like this. So these are all the called as the Lokpal. We see nowadays there is concept of Lokpal having some designated Adhikar, designated in a symbolic manner. We are expressing these energies as these things. So like this, what they do, they are the one that if they go ahead and in this samsara, like this, there are 14 bhuvan, 14 bhuvans are there, and like this there are in this different species, this bhut jati, there are different species, and in that based on the scriptures that we see, no, there are many of them, like there is the Shiva is there, then we have Rudra is there, Vishnu is there, Brahma Devi is there, no, then there is Yam is there, Kuber is there, Chandra, Surya, Indra, Varun. All these gods and demigods are there in the Sukshma, in the subtle form, and also in the grassroots level forms. No? So all this, they form using formulated of Panchamabhata. The 5 elements in this Srishti, they are called the Lokapalas. They have some designated. So in the 3 Bhulokas, we know the Bhuloka is this, Patal Loka is there, and the Swarga Loka. So all these 3 Loka, they are the Palak. They are the one who take care of this. So like this, they have their own responsibilities assigned to them. No, so if you see it from a perspective of they have been defined We can get the details of that in Shrutis, Smritis, no, Vedas and Dharma Shastra. They have some acharana, they have to follow some protocols, so that acharana, that they have to follow some discipline, all these things, it has been defined for them. So like this, they do the acharana, they follow the responsibility which has been given to them, and like this it continues. So if you say that there is this Pitrulok is the one where this Yama is the Lokpal for that. Yama is the one who has the responsibility of that. So Rama in this sum up in all these Lokapalas, in all these designated energies over there, one of the energy is Yamaraj, or one of the Lokpal is Yama here. No, so what he does, he is very much fine doing his activities, without getting distracted about what he is doing. But what happens, he keeps on taking the prana of all the bhutas. All bhuta means not boast here. Bhutas means all the people. Everybody is called bhut here. So he keeps taking the prana of all the beings who comes to born. They have to die. So according to principle that he keeps the prana of them. No, they passes away. So it is being said here that it is one point of time he gets a doubt about it, or his own karma, and because of that, what he does, that he thinks that, oh, I am the one who is killing all these people. So am I being a papa? Am I getting into that? So to do that, when that thought, whenever this kalpa ends, at the end of the time, what he does, end of the each yuga, end of each yuga, what he does, he performs certain things. So he does the tapacharya, he does the tennis, austerity, some good work he does. So that is, he does sometimes for 10 years, sometimes he does for 6 years, sometimes he does for 16 years, sometimes he does for 10 years. So all these things, he will just sit and just udasin, he will just drop everything. And it is at that point of time, that is the duration of period when all the bhutas, means all these people, plus people are taking birth and they are not died, so they will increase. So when that thing happens, there will be many of them, just like the ants that will cover up the entire elephant. That many people will go there and they will appear over there. So like that, it's so when such things comes, so at that point of time, the Mukhya Deva, the Pramukh Devas, like gods like Vishnu, Shiva, they will take an incarnation, they will take an avatara here, and then that point of time they will go and then they will do Bhuika Ha Jo Ye Hai Wo Halka Karte. Well, that means now they will destroy all, they will kill all the people who are not supposed to be here. That is what the things, that is how it is there. So like this, he says that when the Srishti gets puna, it creates it like this. This is how it happens, and this is how these avataras keeps coming, and then they take care of them. He said, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. I will come here again and again. जब मुझे आना है तब तक मैं यहाँ पे आऊंगा, अलग अलग रूप में यहाँ पे आऊंगा. So this is what exactly here Vashishtha Muni is telling to Rama, that this Surya Putra means Yama, he is the Swami of this Putraloka, and he keeps doing all these things, and to diminish his papa, he keeps doing this such kind of tennis again and again. So that is we he telling in the future. So that is the question asked by Rama to Vashishtha Muni, that when will that Arjuna will come? He will give you the this knowledge, some knowledge about this Anasakti Yoga. So that is where it says, so when all this comes, point of time, the Trahi, the entire world will become Trahi. It will do that point of time. It will be this Nara Narayan. He will this Shakti, this Narayan Vishnu Shakti takes the form of Nara and Narayan, both the forms he takes, and using these two Deha, using these two bodies, the Hari will take an incarnation on this Bhumi, on this earth. and that point of time, even the other gods also to support, to perform their routine activities along with Sri Hari, they will also come here. They will also take the form here and they will appear here. So Vasishtha Muni continues that in that this Narayan, who will of Vasudeva, because he is a son of Vasudeva, he will also be famous and called as Vasudeva. He will become famous using, and then along with him, the Vishnu also takes the another form of Arjuna here in the form of a Nara. Here he will come here, and then his other brothers Yudhishthir, Bhim, and in between the Dhritarashtra and the Kaurava, there'll be a huge war. There'll be a Rana Sangram. There'll be a huge war, and even the Atra Aukshanidas, Narayan has its own very big army of soldiers that also will come into, and then will be very, very big war. There'll be a very huge war that will happen, and in that, using the Arjuna, the Sri Hari Vishnu, he will wipe out this all many people. So that is what it will happen like that. So, but when this thing happened, that point of time, Arjuna is playing the role of a Nara. So he will also play a role of that he is completely confused, and then he has got into the Asakti, that the other one, the are my relatives. One of them is my Guru, Guru Dronacharya is there. One of them is my great grandfather Bhishma is there. One of them are there. Other than that, the Duryodhana is my brother. So all this Asakti is still there in him. Because of that Asakti, because of that craving for them, because that entanglement with them, because that moha, he is refused to go ahead and kill them. So that is where this Sri Krishna gives him the knowledge, which now Vasishtha is telling to the Rama, that hey Rama, this is really important as Anasakti Yoga. You please learn this. I will tell you what Sri Krishna has told here. That he says that Sri Krishna is now telling to the Arjuna, what do you think? That you think that you are going to kill them? No? Do you think that do you carry that abhimana, that dambha, or that kartutva, that I am the doership, that do you carry that? Do you really feel that this? No, but in reality, this Atma is there, this Atma, that self is there, which never takes birth and which never dies. So if you feel like that, you are the one who is going to kill them. Do not feel that. Do get out of that illusion that you are carrying with you, that you are the one who is going to kill them. So get out of that thing, that so that your asakti about it will be removed. So he says that the one who does not have that karta bhav, we have all seen this in Yog Vaashishtha, the one who does not have that karta bhav, the one who doesn't have that ahankara, that aham bhav, that I am the doer, I am the sufferer, that the one whose buddhi, the one whose intellect is not entangled with this raga and this dvesha. We have seen all these vikara, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara, all these things, one which is free from this. He is the one, the free, he is the jivan mukta. And if that particular being, that thing, he does not kill anybody, he does not do any hinsa, and that dosha is not applicable to such a being who is free from this. So because of this fact, Arjuna, whatever the imagination, whatever the kalpana that you are doing, that these people are created, and then you will be killing going to them, and you have this feeling of this vasana, that this is mine, this is I am, they are my brother, they are my guru, they are my these things, all these things which is there, and by killing them I will get the sin. Mujhe paap lag jayega, I will get the sin for this. So like this, you do not get entangled into this feeling. That is not the truth. This aihik jivan means in this I will have to go ahead and pay for the karma of that bad karma. The sins I will have to pay for that. If such thoughts are coming into your mind, that, and if you feel that whatever your real this eyes, this indriyas, whatever it is looking at, all these things, the way it is appearing, and doing all the karmas of your indriya. No? When you see, feel the sense of your touch, when you test something, when you look at something, when you smell something, all this panchendriya, in reality, all these things are just there, that if you feel that they are yours, and then because of this, if you are keeping that ego in you and getting stuck in the sorrow, this is not, is this not a wonder? No, he is asking, Ashcharya nahi hai kya? Is this not a wonder to them? No, because of this thing, because of this your behavior, the people are laughing at you, the knowledgeable are laughing at you. You are becoming a joke in front of them. Because of that, hey Pandu Putra, no, this yuddha, this war is your prarabdha karma. This is your prapta karma. This is what you have taken up. This is what your purpose of your life. No, so you come on, you wake up and you do whatever is according to the Shastra, whatever is being the Shreshta karma is what is being given to you. You keep on doing that work. Hey Dhananjaya, no, you do not get caught up into all this doubt. No, you apply this buddhi, you apply this intellect, and then you continue to do this, follow this, adopt this Anasakti Yoga, and then do your karma. No, so whatever the that follow asakti, no, that even the fruits of your karma, don't feel that there will be some fruits of the karma and you'll have to pay for that. So don't feel like that. No, that phalasakti means that that outcome of that your actions also you surrender to the divinity. You know, that is the way we have to keep on doing. So like this, if you do your acharana, if you like this, you continue to practice like this, then with that Brahma, you know, offering some everything to the divinity, if you tatkal, immediately you will be like a Brahman, you will become the Shiva, you will become the Brahma. So here Arjuna, everything that once it is offered to Ishvara, then you will become Niramaya Ishvara Atma. No, you yourself will attain the godly like things, and then that point of time in this Bhuta, you will remain like an Bhuta, this Bhuta, the Atma, the God of everything, the Atma which is there everywhere, self is there, you will become like that, and you will become cushion of that. Will be, just like and that point of time, whatever all this Sankalpa and Vikalpa at the level of your mind, all these things, that will completely destroyed, and then you leave this. No, you just do your karma. No, you continue to do your karma. Arjuna, once you do this, no, like you will get established into the sama. That Shanta Chitta means that equality and the peace of mind will be there, and using that you will be established yourself into yourself, Atma, and then you become free. After that, to do whatever you want, it will not be sin. You're just doing your time. And what is it that you've done? What is it that yoga? What is that Brahmarpan, etc.? What is the Swarupa? That is something which we will look at it in detail tomorrow. So for today, I hand over the session to all of you, and then if you have any questions, let us discuss that. If you'd like to contribute what are your takeaways related to this, you are welcome to do that also. Over to you all. Jai Gurudev. The unmute option is been made available to you.
Yes.
आपको unmute कर सकते हैं.
Thank you, Someshwarji. It was a very speedy session. We went all the 4 yugas. So I really felt that. And so my first takeaway is the same about the yugas, that what we saw is, I mean, we heard all the 4 yugas. So the Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapur Yuga, Kali Yuga. So all these 4 and the time period of that each yuga which goes on, and the avatars that we saw in those yugas. So like Rama came in the Treta Yuga, and Krishna and Buddha came in the Dwapur. They were the avatars that they came. Kali Yuga we are yet to see, and Satyug also you mentioned 3, but it was too speedy for me to grasp it also. Yeah. So my first takeaway is this, and Over to you, Ramaji, Binaji, all are there today. तो आप भी अपना बता सकते हैं, कोई भी लैंग्वेज में बात कर सकते हैं. It's all over. Thank you.
Sangeeta ji, Guruji had said today that logic is essential, but we shouldn't stack on logic. Please explain this point.
I'd like to take that question. She's asking.
Yeah, I said maybe you answered it, so I didn't unmute myself. You can answer.
Okay. So Ramaji, basically what he was referring to, this point has just came 1 or 2 days back. We discussed this and we spoke about something called as Manona. Manonasha does not really mean that you are going to destroy your mind. It is not that, it is just a thing that it is the same mind which will still exist, but it will just take the Rajas and Tamas will be from Rajas and Tamas, so it will take the form of a Sattva. So now Gurudev, when he is referring to Buddhi and logic, he is saying usually people have misunderstood this concept. What they say when they say Buddhi Nasha, they will drop their intellect. They will behave like very funny. They said that is not funny. If you have to achieve that knowledge, what we are doing here, we are discussing all the knowledge. This knowledge is being acquired here. How the knowledge is through your discussing it. At the level of Buddhi only we are discussing it. They said that it is important that Viveka, where does Viveka dawns? The Viveka is dawn in your power of discrimination. Pray karte na? Where does power of discrimination dawn? It dawns in your intellect. No? So that has to be there. So dropping that means just understanding that this is there and becoming aware about it, and always it will always have the 2 sides of the coin. So dropping the one side of the coin and picking up one side of the coin, that also keep changing. That is also that concept is not also very firm. You have to really see what is that point of time, how that knowledge can help us when you apply that logic, because it's not true that one logic will be applied always true. It is not like that. That you see what is the requirement, what is the need of the work. Then that point of time, if you apply that logic, then that will become a knowledge. Till that point of time, otherwise you'll get into Kutarka. It is not applicable right now, and he'll keep on saying that this has been said, and he'll also give the Praman also. See, it is written here, but it is written there. It was written at that point of time for that particular person. So see that what is applicable. Other than that, the one thing that was very good, Gurudev was explaining about this Buddhi, that this Buddhi, our 5 senses, has a very limited capacity to analyze the things, to understand the thing. What is real, that is beyond our capacity. It is much more beyond, because it can identify, this brain can analyze only few frequencies, certain frequencies. No, he has even given that even the cat also has some different, it can see more than you. Just even a cat, simple cat, can see more than you. So there could be always some beings, there could be always some subtle energies which has more access to it. No? That is where that question of alien came into picture. He says, yes, it's all possible. It's just that we don't know, but there is always a possibility. So it is that Buddhi. So don't drop it. He says that, okay, convert it, transform it. Transform into how? Shuddha Buddhi, Viveka, no? Pragya. You transform that into, so that it doesn't get entangled into this vikaras. No? That one entanglement, all these things, the outward going tendency, it transform you, put that Buddhi into the Shuddha Buddhi. Going through this, all knowledge, it requires the intellect. No? It's Buddhi. So we are going through it, put it that way. But don't limit yourself that the knowledge is acquired only through this. The knowledge is in abundance and which is beyond things. So it can also be downloaded direct. Also, that possibility also exists. Have that faith, have that Shraddha. That is also important, both ways.
Can I add one point there?
Please go ahead.
See, knowledge is there everywhere. Even if you take a piece of paper, no, you will get the knowledge. It is for sure, because what we are saying, ki wo paripurna hai, you know, it is paripurna, means there is nothing less than anything. It is so fulfilled, you know, it's like that. But that knowledge, when you apply into your life, when you apply that, it turns into wisdom for you. Okay, so that is the difference. वो तर्क आएगा, कुतर्क आएगा, सब आता है. But when you apply that knowledge, that gives you the wisdom. So that turns into wisdom for you. That knowledge, that is there when you apply it. So that is the power of discrimination. Again, it is like that bird who comes and just drinks the milk, leaves the water. So that is हंस पक्षी जो होता है, जो वो पानी दूध पी जाएगा, पानी छोड़ देगा. That way. So you take the moti along with you and leave the rest. Na? So you have that knowledge to see what is there. That moti चुनने को आ जाता है अपना ऐसे. That is your intelligence. It will help you to analyze, and wisdom helps you to go ahead further with that, to move ahead. That is what it is. So that is the difference. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sangeeta ji, for that. Just one more word we can use. Instead of say knowledge, it is just information. That there is abundance of information available. So Google Baba is there, so much of information. But what we do when we need it, we go search, Google search engine, and then Google tells. Nowadays to search type bhi nahi karna padta, bolo aap. No, it will understand your voice and it will tell you the answer. So now that abundance of information which is there, it's called data, or we say mahiti. No, that is what this field is, information technology. Abundance of information is there. When you use that information at a right place, then it transforms into knowledge, then it comes to wisdom. No? So that is very important. Just to give you an example to understand this better. For example, we are talking about Sri Krishna Samvadaya. So Bhagavad Gita comes into picture, Yog Vaashishtha comes into picture. And we all have heard this information. I'm deliberately not calling it as a knowledge here. We all have heard this information that there is a concept of this karma. No? And there is a concept of this laws of karma. That the one who does the bad karma will go and experience the fruit of that in the form of bad fruits of that. No, they will have to pay here for that. We have heard this. This is a information, we have heard it in Gita. Now there is somebody who is sitting in a jail. That person has done some mistake. Now something has happened, some mistake has happened, and now he is already in a guilty consciousness. And you go there, sit there, and then start explaining the Gita. Okay, it's mentioned here like this. No, you have done the bad karma. You pay for that now. This is what you'll get in life. No, you pay for that. You have done the bad karma, you pay for that. Will that individual feel uplifted in your presence? What you are telling is a knowledge, na? Does that knowledge help him or her or whatever? It doesn't help, na? So if you share something which can uplift that thing, so even though it is written in a Gita, still that information will not become knowledge for that individual. It is just because you did not apply it at the right time, in the right way, and in the right context. So information applied in a right way, in a right context, at the right time will become the knowledge and the wisdom. ये फर्क है ना? है ना? ठीक है, बढ़िया. So let's continue with the takeaways. अच्छा, टाइम की जब बात निकली, टाइम की बात निकली थी क्या कल्पना की? I spoke about it. So let me share that video of गुरुदेव का जो वीडियो था ना, last end of that, we'll watch that and then we'll continue our session with other takeaways.
Modern science has established that time runs differently at different points in space because the force of gravity is different. Like 1 hour near black hole could be several days on Earth. Is this concept of time running differently also mentioned in our ancient scriptures?
Yes. Very interestingly, yes. The manvantaras are there, and how they started is how much time it takes to punch a lotus petal with a needle. That is called truti. 100 truti is one lobe. So one is the calculation of time. Second is time at different realms. What is 1 year for us is just 1 day for the devas.
So that is what we were looking at the time, that what we feel that we live here for 100 years. Look at the time span, how these Rishi Munis, how they knew this concept of time, and how much 310 trillion years is the lifespan of a Brahma. And Brahma's entire age is just 1 day for Vishnu. And entire lifespan of a Vishnu is just 1 day for Shiva. You can go, kitna calculate karna hai karo. No, so much of detailed insights, depth of knowledge that was there. Things. Gurudev says that unfortunately the scientists don't know the spirituality, and the spiritual people, they don't go into the research and science and all that. So it's required that both have to propagate and come to a very beautiful understanding. Discovery is what we can call is something which was known to our ancient rishis. And through the scripture, it is there. That is how we explain this concept of Shunya also, no? That Purnamitam, Purnamujite. It's very good. So it's there, but we never looked at it that way. So it was there. Amazing. Veena ji, would you like to express yourself? Aapka takeaway aap batana chahte? Please go ahead. Abhinav ji, are you around?
जय गुरुदेव।
Yeah, Gurudev, Veena ji, please go ahead.
बहुत सुंदर। ये जो इसके बारे में बात कर रहे थे ना गुरुदेव, है ना, तो मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था, कहीं गुरुदेव ने ही बोला था, मतलब हमारा जो टाइम है ना, अगर हम टाइम को इस तरह से देखें कि हमारी स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ जो होती है वो समय सापेक्ष के रूप में होती है। मतलब इसका मतलब ये है कि सपोज आप जैसे मेडिटेशन में बैठे हैं तो यू विल फाइंड द टाइम स्टॉप्स, यू नो एक्चुअली टाइम doesn't stop or time doesn't go, or it's relatively we are understanding, if you will understand, तो समय को अगर आप साक्षी भाव से देखते हो या मेडिटेशन में आप जाते हो तो आप you will realize the importance of the time, you know, it's a vacuum. time it's not वो ईयर और ये तो हमने सेट किए हैं, पर अगर आप इसको देखोगे तो आप देखोगे कि टाइम इज रियली नथिंग बट a big vacuum, you know, and that is why spirituality में ये जैसा कि अभी बताया ना कि इतने युग तो महायुग से मिलके इतना युग, मतलब हम उस अवस्था तक पहुंच सकते हैं अगर हम धीरे धीरे टाइम को एक्सपेंड कर दें। मतलब उस वैक्यूम को अगर एक्सपेंशन हो जाता है, then we can reach to that and we can retrieve the knowledge from there, because knowledge is scattered everywhere. Only thing कि we have to have the, you know, जैसे एंटीना होता है ना, उस तरह से हमारे एंटीनास को एक्टिवेट करना पड़ेगा so that you can receive, download everything. तो हम कभी आपने देखा होगा कि आप जैसे सोमेश्वर जी जब बोलते हैं तो कोई ऐसा नॉलेज पॉइंट आ जाता है जो कि शायद यहाँ लिखा भी नहीं हो, पर उनका एक्सप्लेनेशन अपने आप ही होने लगता है ना। तो ये कहाँ से आता है? जब आप पूरे एकदम काम एंड कंपोज्ड हो जाते हैं, रिमेन वो अपने जैसे कि अंदर सेट हो जाते हैं, आत्मा के पास हो जाते हैं, तो यू विल स्टार्ट रिसीविंग द मैसेजेस. That is the beauty of and spirituality. It's truly amazing to reach to the another world, है ना, जिसमें कि साइंटिस्ट लोग तो अभी ये रॉकेट्स वगैरह छोड़ के अभी भी पूरा कुछ पता नहीं लगा पाए, पर हमने तो कितने सालों पहले हमने ये सब जान लिया था कि यहाँ से सूरज की दूरी कितनी होती है। हनुमान जी जब कहते हैं ना, उसमें आपने पढ़ा होगा हनुमान चालीसा में भी कि वो इतने किलोमीटर दूर वो चल के गए थे, तो ये कहाँ से पता करा, और वो एग्जैक्ट दूरी है अगर आप देखोगे तो हमारा तो इट्स फुल ऑफ विज्ञान। हम कहीं ऐसे तुक्काबाजी नहीं कर रहे हैं। अभी लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है कि कितना इम्पोर्टेंस है हमारे ज्ञान का, है ना। पहले जो हंसा करते थे ना, अभी उसके ऊपर स्टडी करते हैं, है ना। दैट इज अ ब्यूटी। और हर एक व्यक्ति को, ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, हर एक व्यक्ति को के पास वो पावर होती है, एंड वी शुड रियली गो डीपर इनटू इट। क्वालिटी अगर रियली इस धरती पर आए हैं तो हमें जानना चाहिए what exactly am I, how can I reach to that divinity, how can I expand myself। बस सिंपली केवल ज्ञान सुनना या सिंपली केवल ऊपरी बाहरी दुनिया को देख के जीवन बिता देना, दिस इज नॉट द लाइफ। हम इसके लिए नहीं आए। हमारा पर्पस ही है हमारा एक्सपेंशन करना, और ज्यादा उसको क्लोजर हो जाना, और ज्यादा। हर बार ये सोल आती है ऊपर प्रॉमिस करके कि मैं इस बार तो मैं लाइफ को जान के मैं अपनी रहूंगी या रहूंगा, और मैं आगे और प्रोग्रेस करूंगा, सो दैट आई कैन गेट रिड ऑफ द साइकिल ऑफ डेथ एंड बर्थ। बट हम क्या करते हैं, यहाँ आके थोड़ा सा उलझ जाते हैं, भूल जाते हैं अपने प्रोमिसेस को। तो वो चीज अगर हम करना शुरू कर दें, और इसका लिए स्पेशल कुछ भी एफर्ट करने का जरूरत नहीं होता। जहां तक मैं समझती हूँ, जितने भोले भाव से हम रहेंगे ना, उतना ज्यादा भी नॉलेज है ना, कभी कभी ना वो विकृत कर देता है बुद्धि को। बुद्धि तो अपना कोई वो नहीं है ना, उसका पैरामीटर नहीं है। बुद्धि में तो आप जो भी डालोगे ना वो आता है, तो कंफ्यूजन ज्यादा क्रिएट हो जाता है। इससे अच्छा है कि एकदम अपने आप अंदर स्थित प्रज्ञ होके और शांत भाव से देखोगे। इसीलिए आपने देखा कबीर दास जी कितने बढ़िया बढ़िया दोहे लिखते थे। उनको कोई नॉलेज नहीं था, उनको कोई ज्ञान नहीं था, लेकिन क्या कहाँ से वो आता था उनके मन में, और वो लिखते थे फ्लो में। इसीलिए सारे जितने भी आर्टिस्ट हुए, जितने लेखक हैं या संगीतकार हैं, दे आर वेरी वेरी क्लोज टू द डिविनिटी। So that is why what I understood after listening all these talks कि हमें भोले भाव से और जस्ट प्रैक्टिस करते रहना है, हाउ टू बी मोर क्लोजर टू yourself, your soul, then you will start connecting to the divinity, receiving the messages. Automatically you will receive the message which we are getting. कभी कभी हमें मिलता भी है वो। That's all.
जय गुरुदेव। कितना मस्त मीना जी ने कहा, देखो बिल्कुल सही है। आज गुरुदेव का जो टॉक था अपना, इट वाज ऑन टाइम स्पेस एंड गॉड। आज का जो टॉपिक था, दिस इज नॉट प्लान थिंग, वी आर जस्ट फ्लोइंग थ्रू इट, बट इट वाज एग्जैक्टली द सेम थिंग दैट came, that yoga came into picture, and whatever the things that I jotted down, it's the same thing that came in the video also, Gurudev's video. So see, he is connected to us, and when we surrender, you have said it so apt many times in Krishna sessions, whatever the words that come out of our mouth is written here. It's not there. It's not that everything that we see is just there. No, it comes from when we pray to the Gurudev, and we surrender ourselves, that will flow. No, that he will take over, and then that will flow. So that is the experience, that is the anubhuti which we are going through. This is our own personal experience. This is so amazing. Thank you so much for bringing that point. No? Really, really thanks. Amazing. Anything else? Any other takeaways that we'd like to discuss or speak about? We can do that. If not, then we'll end this call.
मैं योगा के बारे में थोड़ा सा एक चीज और मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था, so shall I share? If someone wants to share, it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. No, it's okay. That's fine.
Okay. मैंने जितना भी मेरी समझ में आया है कि जो योगा हुए हैं ना, द्वापर युग या जो इतने भी त्रेता युग, सतयुग से लेके और अभी तक जो चल रहा है, एक्चुअली हम क्या कैटेगराइज करते हैं कि वो युग अच्छा था या वो युग में ऐसा था वैसे, अभी हमारा नहीं अच्छा है, कलयुग है। तो व्हाट आई स्टडीड, इवन गुरुदेव भी बीच बीच में बोलते हैं कि हर युग अपनी जगह पे बहुत अच्छा है ना, हर एक की एक स्पेशलिटी होती है, सब बहुत ही अच्छा होता है। लेकिन ये जो युगों का जो काल चक्र चल रहा है ना, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू एंड एनीवेयर। ऐसा नहीं है कि अब कलयुग आ गया तो एंड हो जाएगा या कुछ हो जाएगा। ये साइकिल अभी कलयुग में भी आप अगर देखोगे ब्रॉडर पर्सपेक्टिव से तो आपको सतयुग भी दिखाई देगा, द्वापर युग भी दिखाई देगा, त्रेता युग भी दिखाई देगा और कलयुग भी दिखाई देगा, है ना। ऐसा कुछ भी बाइफिकेशन या लिमिटेशंस नहीं है जो कि जिसको बोले कि यहाँ एंड हो गया द्वापर युग, अब ये शुरू हो गया, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं। हर एक युग में आप देखेंगे कि कुछ बहुत अच्छी ऑसम स्पिरिचुअलिटी के क्षेत्र में और प्रोग्रेस हुई है ना। पहले जो देखिएगा कि हम पहाड़ों पे जाते थे तब जाके कहीं इंटेंस साधना होती थी, तब जाके कहीं होता था, कहीं भी नेचर ने कभी डिफरेंशिएट नहीं किया। तो अगर हम इसको देखें ना, हम क्या है, आप और हम कहीं ना कहीं वो सब क्वालिटीज रखते हैं जो रामा भी रखते थे, या है ना। ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि हम नीचे हैं, ऊपर हैं, या इधर हैं उधर हैं। हमारे अंदर जो साइकिल चल रहा है, आप देखोगे कि जिंदगी में भी हम बहुत प्योर होते हैं बचपन से लेके, थोड़ा सा जब आते हैं तो थोड़ा उसमें मिलावट होती है, थोड़ा और होते तो थोड़ा और मिलावट होती है। कलयुग जैसा लगता है आपको कि अरे अब ये भी कर ले, धन कमाने के लिए ग्रीडीनेस भी आती है, वो भी आती है, वो भी आती है, और एंड में जाके वापस से हमारा वही साइकिल कहाँ एंड हो जाता है, जहां से हमने प्योरिटी से स्टार्ट किया। दिस लाइफ साइकिल इज ऑल्सो लाइक दैट, पूरा साइकिल। तो मेरे ख्याल से हर एक युग में ये सब क्वालिटीज हैं और वो चल रही है, अभी भी चल रही है, और अभी भी, इसीलिए तो गुरुदेव आए हैं हमारे पास, है ना। जैसे कृष्णा उस टाइम पे आए थे, ऐसे गुरुदेव, ऐसे महान आत्माएं आई हैं हमारे पास, और हमको सिखाने के लिए अभी भी कुछ भी बिगड़ा नहीं है। इसको ऐसे नहीं सोच के चलना कि यार सब नेगेटिव नेगेटिव नेगेटिव, या कर्मा अलग है और ये प्रवृत्तियां अलग है। कर्मा हम जैसे करेंगे, जैसे बीज बोएंगे वैसा पेड़ उगेगा, तो उसको तो हम, क्योंकि बड़ी कॉन्शियसनेस से रिलेटेड है, हमें भी भोगना पड़ेगा। जैसे कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोविड, तो वो हमको भी भोगना पड़ेगा, हमको भी शायद पेन होगा उसका बात का। लेकिन जो ज्ञानी पुरुष होते हैं, जब ज्ञान में रहते हैं, वो कैसे, हम देखिएगा कोविड में 2 साल हम तो फ्लोटिंग ही कर रहे थे। हाउ द कोर्सेज वर हैपनिंग, हाउ वी वर रियली इनटू द डीप मेडिटेशन इन स्पाइट ऑफ बीइंग एट होम, है ना। आप देख के आप जस्ट डिस्कवर करना। गुरुदेव जब भी वो बीच में एक सेशन चला था ना कि डेली मेडिटेशन करा रहे थे, कितना ऑसम मेडिटेशन हो रहा था, कैसे हो रहा था, कैसे हो रहा था। इवन वी आर मोर एडवांस्ड नाउ, यू नो, वी हैव मोर टाइम टू फाइंड आउट द स्पिरिचुअल टेंडेंसीज। तो दिस इज द योगास के बारे में, कल्पास के बारे में मेरा अपना पर्सनल थिंकिंग है कि अभी भी चल रहा है, एंड वी हैव टू गो अहेड। अभी हमें डिविनिटी के पास पहुंचने में ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा। अगर हम थोड़े से भी प्योरिटी ले आए और ध्यान से चले तो हम तुरंत कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं। ओनली थिंग कि हमारे पास डिस्ट्रक्शन के साधन बहुत हैं, अदरवाइज हमारे पास टाइम ज्यादा है। पहले तो लोग खाना खोजने में ही इतना टाइम चला जाता था, क्या स्पिरिचुअलिटी खोजेंगे। अभी हमारे पास समय है, इतने साधन है, इतनी एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजीज है। सो इन माय पर्सपेक्टिव दिस इज द थिंग अबाउट द yogas.
Fantastic. Few more inputs from Binaji. Really, really good. Thank you so much for that. Anything else that needs to be added? Can that now? If not, then we'll end this call. ठीक है, फिर आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे समापन कर लेते हैं। पुनः एक बार कल मिलेंगे। जय गुरुदेव।